What's going on, guys? It's your boy Strive here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I have my new series every Tuesday, which is just basically called Destiny Weekly Reset. And I can see you back there picking it. So this is basically just a series where I'm going to bring you through each week the rundown of the new Destiny Weekly Reset, what each vendor pretty much has, and what I think you should and should not get. Also, stay tuned for every Friday coming the weekly Xur update. You know, he comes around every Friday. I just want to basically inform you guys on what I think you should get and what you shouldn't get, and if he's any good or not. All right, so first off, we're going to start out with all of our weekly powerful gears. So we're going to have Flashpoint Nessus, meaning that Xur this weekend will be on Nessus. This is pretty much just completing public events on Nessus. We have the weekly Nightfall Strike, which is... let's see, Arcadian Valley. I'm actually going to have a Prestige tutorial up, it should be tomorrow. We have Leviathan, which is just complete the raid. Call to Arms, which is just play Crucible, and Clan XP, which you should gain most of that by doing Flashpoint, Nightfall, and Call to Arms. If not, just pretty much keep doing Crucible. Also this week, we have something different. We have a faction rally this week, and what that basically means is there's 3 factions at the tower. We're going to have Executor Hideo of the new monarchy. We have Arak Jalal, I think is how you say his name, from Dead Orbit, and we have Lakshmi 2 from the Future War Call. Pledge allegiance to one of these factions, and if that faction wins, you get their weapon for only 1,000 glimmer, whereas if you pledge to the wrong faction, you have to pay 50,000 glimmer. So that's fun. Alright, so now we're going to head to the tower just so we can see exactly what Tessa Eververse is giving for her Bright Engrams this week. Before we go on to the Tessa Eververse stuff, I think I'm just going to elaborate more on the faction rally part. I think the faction rally everyone should really pledge for. Probably the best one is the sword, which is New Monarchy, mostly because the sword's probably going to be the most useful in everything. Crucible, Strikes, Raid, Nightfall, whatever the case may be. The sword can kind of be used in most of it. It also drops with the highest light level at 299, whereas the other two are only 298, which is not a big difference, but still. And I think you can just have more use with the sword. It just makes more sense. So now let's go through Eververse's Bright Engrams this week. So for the emotes, we have Good Idea, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's nothing special. And then we have Flip Out, which is an exotic emote, and if you are looking for an exotic emote, I highly recommend picking this up, because it's not a lot that Tess actually sells these, and I actually bought one earlier this morning because I wanted one. So for the vehicle this week, we have Soul Velocity, which is 150 speed. I mean, if you don't have anything, you know, as good as 150 speed, I would pick it up, but other than that, it's kind of a waste of Bright Dust. We have 2 ships this week. We have Helios Strain and Spectral Gain. I mean, you can decide yourself if you want to pick these things up. I mean, it doesn't really matter. For the 2 weapon ornaments, we have the weapon ornament for the Prospector called Comstock Load. This one actually looks pretty cool. I like this one. I applied this one to mine, even though I don't use the Prospector anymore. And we have Beware the Red Legion, which is Skyburner's Oath weapon ornament. And this one's pretty cool. This one turns it into the Red Legion camo. For the armor, we have the chest armor, Robes of Optimacy. They're pretty decent. I like the look of them, but I still wouldn't get them, honestly. For the ghosts, we have the Blue Moon Shell and the Aggressive Shell. And for our 3 shaders, there's some Noble Constant Red, which actually looks pretty cool. I like the way this one looks. But I still wouldn't get it because I like the Trials. Arctic Pearl, which is this one. This one also looks pretty cool. And then Cerulean Divide, which doesn't really look the best, honestly. On my character, it might just be my character, but I don't really like this one that much. I don't recommend it. And then finally, Fire Team Medallions. These are pretty. I just got 500 clan XP for the fuck of it. Fire Team Medallions. These are pretty useful. I definitely recommend those. If you don't have them, they help you with, you know, engrams and XP and stuff. All that different stuff. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoy it, make sure to comment down below. Subscribe if you are new, and make sure to share this with your friends if you do enjoy it, because it does help it immensely, whether you think so or not. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will either be just a regular Nightfall playthrough or a Nightfall Prestige walkthrough. One of the which. I'm not sure.
Trap the motherfucking dungeon of rap. How you come if minus the sperm? The dick, the kind of chick with a perm. Who's the #1 Bronx MC? That be me, capital C. Yep, hate to the R-Los. Pronounce it Carlos, Ferragamo the surname. Here, bring it finish. Hip-hop minus the rope chain. You probably never heard of me like I got no name. Train on the track, through fire without the propane.